Good morning, guys. It's Nick at Optima PS. I hope you're all well. As ever, thank you for coming back to my channel to hear what this guy's got to say. I am always eternally grateful for your support, as ever as well. If you do like what I've got to say, please do like, subscribe, share my channel. That's always helpful as well. I am slowly but surely building my subscriber list, but I do like to know that I'm making an impact. So the best way you can do that is to comment, like, subscribe. As I say, always eternally grateful. So today's video, I've allowed this to simmer a couple of days. I didn't want to jump on with every single other person out there, which I'm sure everyone you follow, everyone I follow, all did a video. But the simple fact is, we've had our victory. We've won. I'm not going to say who we won against, because whenever I mention the name of that entity, YouTube decides that I am talking politically and stops me from promoting things, stops me from sharing things, calls me out, telling me I don't have any license to talk about US political situation, so I won't name the entity, but you all know exactly who I mean. And it was a victory. No matter what anyone says, it really was a victory. Yes, they can come out and argue that they won in their own little right, but we know what they wanted. We know what they got. They were after $2 billion. They got 125 million. That's a victory. I don't care what anyone says. They wanted different wording. The wording, the way it came out, gives free license for XRP really to go off and do whatever they want to do. They might have to tweak a couple of things. They might have to change the way a couple of things operate, work, function underneath, but they have the ability to go out there and use XRP for the purpose they always intended. And in that respect, that's a victory. So before we get into today's conversation, just to let you all know, I think you do all know by now, but just to let you know, I am a financial advisor. My name is Nick. I've been a financial advisor for a long time, but I'm absolutely not your financial advisor. I don't know you. You don't know me. I couldn't begin to give financial advice to anyone on this planet without conducting serious levels of due diligence and information finding on you, things like that. And until that day comes, I'm absolutely not your financial advisor. This video is absolutely not to be taken as financial advice. It's just a guy sharing his opinion on the internet in the hope that I bring some value to the table to you guys and you can take away some of my knowledge. So moving on then, the question I've asked today, so the case is done, it is done. Where's the boom? Everyone's asking the same question. Where's the big boom? Why hasn't it rocketed? Why has it not gone like it did last time or even higher? Why are we not at all-time highs all of a sudden? And yes, it's a good question. We all want to know the answer to that. I personally don't know the answer, but I also don't think that's the question we should be asking. I don't think the question should be is why not? Why hasn't it pumped yet? It should be when will it pump? When am I going to see the benefits of my patience, of my faith, of me holding this coin for such a long time? When are these benefits going to come? When will we see the pump? Again, if I could tell you what was going to be a week on Tuesday, you'd hold. If I told you it was going to be 25 years from now, you'd probably all sell and change for something else that you think is going to make you money in the meantime. There is a time decay on these profits. There is an opportunity loss if something else booms through the roof whilst we're all sat holding the baby, right? What is the question then? It's when is this likely to happen? And the answer, I think, is very soon. I mean, let's take a look. If we have a look at the prices today, and first things first, there has been a boom. People don't really talk about it, but it's because the language use of the word boom is taken in a slightly different way. We're 6% up in a week on XRP, 6.2% in a week. It would take you more than a year to get that in your bank account. And that's if you took a fixed deposit account where you couldn't access any of your money. In your normal standard bank account, you're probably getting 0.5% a year at most right now. Maybe even less. I think mine's less than that, 0.29 for my current account, something like that. Fixed deposits are about 5%. So you wouldn't even see that in a year, and it's been a month. Let's take a look at the last 30 days. If you look here under the Fear and Greed Index, I've got a couple more 30-day and 60-day charts there as well. XRP is up 33%. So don't listen to all the FUD where people tell you it's underperforming against the others. It's at 33%, which is the highest on this list for the 30-day return. It's at 22%, again, the highest on this list in the top coins for a 60-day return. XRP saw a little bit of a boom before this hearing came to a close because people knew. We were all very positive that the outcome was going to be positive for Ripple, for XRP. The price was already brought into a certain point. Yes, I thought we'd see a bit more. Yes, I'm ever so slightly disappointed that we didn't, but I'm not really disappointed when you think that the outcome of not seeing that boom. Well, let's go the other way. The outcome of seeing that boom probably would have been the same as last time back in 23. After the first hearing, it went, well, give or take double in value, didn't it, to late 80 cents mark? And what happened at that point was lots and lots and lots of people, be those long-term holders who'd always been in the red, be those day traders who were in to make a quick buck, be those hedge funds, institutions that wanted to make a quick buck, whatever the reason might be, lots and lots of people holding large quantities of XRP saw it fit to sell and take profit. Say, I don't blame anyone. I don't accuse you of anything. If that was your reason, whatever that reason may be, good for you. You took your profits. You made you a little bit of a boost. Maybe some people just took a lesser lot than they would have taken that morning. Whatever the reason would be, people saw fit to sell. They sold. The price came tumbling down again. So is it a terrible thing if we don't get that this time, and instead we see a slow, steady increment? Because that way, if it goes from 59 cents right now to 62 cents by tomorrow morning, well, the people that always had 62 cents locked in as their take profit, as their sell moment, as their break even point, whatever those people might be, well, they will sell. But all those people between 62 cents and 85 cents that sold last time might not. And so we'll get this slow laddering approach to it. I don't think that's going to happen, by the way. I think that would be a great outcome. I don't think it's going to happen. I just think the boom day hasn't arrived quite yet. Maybe it will come when the whole market goes. I think we're in a bull run right now. I think we're in the early stages of a bull run. If you see some of those charts, we're definitely not as far as euphoria. Was it a bear trap? It could have been. But where we are is we're in a point where we've definitely been moving upwards since the lows of last year. Yes, it's been 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but I think we're already in a bull run. I don't think we're in the the stages that people really mean when they refer to a bull run, but I think we're in a bull run right now, and I think we will see at some point very soon this whole market will boom, and when it does, then we're in a position where I think you'll see XRP will get its rally, and it will be an exaggerated rally over others because of the fact that we haven't had one for a while. We've now got the legal clarity and things will move forward in the right direction. So where we are in general is at that point in time. Will we see a rise? In my opinion, absolutely. I can't see that we won't see a rise at some point in the near future. The simple fact of the matter is we've already seen a nice return. We are going to see a much, much bigger one. I'm happy if we don't see the huge boom, if instead we see that small gain every day. That gives everyone the chance to come out when they want to come out, but it's unlikely. So what's next? Well, in my opinion, everything we've ever expected is next. Everything that the people out there have ridiculed us for believing, for us having faith in, absolutely everything we thought was going to happen, all of it, that's what we're going to get. Yeah, Ripple themselves as a company, they've actively built the best in class company in the whole of the space, in the whole of the crypto world. I don't care what anyone says. When you look at the foundations that company has built, they've got the best programmers, the best developers, the best marketers, the best CEO, COO, CTO in the business, guys. They've done that on purpose. They've gone out, they've built that company, despite everything going on with the lawsuit and everything else. They've gone out and they've built that. They've actively courted and built partnerships and relationships with absolutely everybody that matters in the financial world, not in the crypto world, in the financial world, in the business world. Yeah, banks, foreign exchange companies, regulators. Okay, perhaps not one particular regulator in one particular importantly big country, but everybody out there, essentially, they are sitting at the table with their talking to central banks, the IMF. They've sat down at the right tables. They've shaken the right hands. I'm not going to say greased the right palms. That's not quite true, but they've made the right relationships. Very soon we're going to see that all come to fruition, guys. We just are, because it will either come to fruition or it will die a death. And if it dies a death, it will be because they've stopped it. That isn't going to happen now. The train's left the station at that point. Remember, very soon in the finance world doesn't necessarily mean this afternoon after you've had your dinner this evening. Unfortunately, when I talk, people sometimes misunderstand what I mean. Things don't go quickly in the finance world, in the business world in general, but in the finance world in particular. It doesn't mean after this weekend. It doesn't mean next Tuesday. We're talking about restructuring the entire financial infrastructure of the whole world, planet Earth. Everything that's operated, the system itself, it's been in place for decades and it will take a long time to completely restructure. Don't forget, it's not just the system itself, but it's made up of people out there who for a long, long time have made themselves very wealthy and very powerful on the back of the existing system. And people who are now, let's say, a little bit long in the tooth, have been around making themselves very wealthy for a long, long time. They don't like to let go of what they've got. So they need to be convinced first that there's a way of allowing this train to leave the station, allowing this to move without taking away their piece of the pie. You might not like that. People don't like that. I don't like that. But the simple fact of the matter is this is the way the world works. The powers that be, the big players, they are not going to let us all get wealthy instead of them. They will let us all get wealthy as well as them. They will allow this to work as well as them, with their blessing, with them on board taking a piece of the pie. They will not allow this to work, cutting them out of the loop and completely bankrupting them and everything they've come to enjoy in life. I'm sorry, guys, it's just never ever going to happen. It never was. It's a beautiful dream. This moving on in the crypto world and getting ourselves completely independent of the global financial system. It was never going to happen because it can't happen like that. Bitcoin itself was the golden dream there, and Bitcoin was designed by those people, if you ask me. This was designed to bring us all on board, but it was never going to replace those people. It's going to make us guys wealthy. It's going to make them even wealthier at the same time, and that's just the way the world goes. If you don't like that, I don't know, move yourself out to the country, buy a farm, and live off the land in a self-sufficient way. That's the only way you will make anything without including those guys in your wealth building operation. It's just a simple fact. They're going to tax you on it. They're going to be at the head of any company, any change, any system that you think is going to make you wealthy. They're going to have a finger in that pie because that's what they do. And it takes time to bring those guys on board, to show them the light, to let them see that this will include them, not cut them out. This will mean they make even more money than before, not less. That's just the way this goes, and it will work that way, guys. We're there. If you take a look at what Ripple have built, they have been building this relentlessly, is probably the best word I can use. They've been doing it relentlessly behind the scenes, despite everything that the agencies have thrown at them, despite all the FUD, despite people calling them out on Twitter, saying they're just using us as some kind of liquidity and all that. They've been doing this regardless. Companies do not spend the money they've got or the money they've spend the time they spent building the relationships they've built and do it all for nothing. This is all part of a grand plan that even I don't see all aspects to. No one out there does. Some of the great influencers that I follow that do a hell of a lot more research than me, that know a lot more than me, they still don't have all the answers. They've got more than me. They've got more than you. They don't have them all. Nobody knows exactly where this is going to go, possibly not even Ripple themselves. But what we do know is the foundations they've built, this is the strongest project in crypto. It is. It just is. I see. It might not be your favorite. There's people out there that follow different ones. This has been built to lay the foundations to replace or improve the financial infrastructure of the planet globally, and they're going to succeed. And us guys, if you've got some XRP in your bag, we're going to cling on to their coattails and we're going to make a little bit of money. A lot of money, hopefully, but a little bit of money in their respect. I think Ripple is going to be a $1 trillion company, probably a multi-trillion dollar company. And I think we're going to make ourselves lots of money on the back of that, but a little amount of money compared to them, because that's just the way the world works. And when it goes, it goes. I think it will be a slower process than perhaps some people out there hope. But I think the price of XRP is now going to be on a continuous uptrend. There will be step backs, there will be bear markets like everything else, but we're moving in the right direction. Now, the only thing that could possibly have hindered us is now out of the way. Yes, the lawsuit's been a nightmare. Yes, it's caused many problems to many people, but we're now clear. We're out, we're above it. We are ahead of every other coin in the market, every other company in the sector. We are in a position where we are going to reap the rewards when moving forwards. And you will take your profits at a different time than me, and I'll take mine at a different time than someone else. I'm prepared to wait. I didn't buy this with every last penny in the bag. It's a large holding. It's my biggest crypto holding, but it's not every last penny in the bag. I'm prepared to wait. I'm gonna wait. My out number is different than yours. Mine's about $100, and I know people will laugh at that. That doesn't mean I'll not perhaps take some profits with a view to buying back in. I will sell when I see we're high. I probably won't cash it into fiat. I'll leave it sat there in some kind of wallet in a stable coin, most likely RLUSD perhaps. But I will not be I won't be closing my door on the crypto market, taking my money, parking it in my retirement account until I see significant profits on the value of my coins. Mainly because I'm greedy, if I'm really honest. My lifestyle that I need is already paid for, so this is the lifestyle that I want. This is boosting my retirement from adequate to exceptional. This is boosting my lifestyle from pretty damn good right now to phenomenal. Is probably the best way I could say. So I'm prepared to wait, because if it all goes wrong, I'm fine. You will be different. Everyone else out there will be different. Some people will want $10,000 a coin. Some people will want $10 a coin. Some people might be happy with $1. But I'm prepared to wait. You should be prepared to wait. The time where we see this go up in value is very soon. The time we see it hit numbers like $100 could be 10 years away. I don't know. I don't think it'll be more than 10 years. I think 10 years, give or take. But realistically speaking, when is XRP going to see a substantial uplift? Very, very soon. With this bull market, and then let's go on a bull market on steroids. I don't think it will be the utility bull one this time. I think that'll be the next one. But a bull market on steroids, because we haven't had a proper bull market for longer than everyone else. We've got that victory. We've got that clarity. Everything is in place. So yes, this is going to be great. Just hold on a little bit longer, guys. It might be 2 months, 3 months down the line yet, but it's coming soon. That's all I've got to say today, guys. If you did like what I have to say, as ever, please like, subscribe, share my channel. I'm always eternally grateful for that. But in the meantime, that's me checking out. I wish you all the best. Have a great week ahead, and hopefully a positive week in the markets. Thanks again. Speak soon. Nick.